Are you like talking to customers and others in the community, and what's the sense you're getting about the adoption of AI, particularly in the Salesforce ecosystem? Also, from a talent perspective, how are people adding it to their careers and redefining it?
So I think there's a couple of things. One is there's a sense of overwhelm. It's only been 2 years since ChatGPT was released, November 2023. I was actually there when it first came out, and I thought this is such a game changer. Only through 2 years, and the amount of stuff that's been coming forth, and the speed and the rate of how quickly things are improving is just monumental. And when people say, if you don't get on the AI bandwagon, you're going to be left behind, there is such a massive sense of fear and anxiety about being left behind, and yet not knowing what they should be doing because things are going too fast. It's very akin to you're on a train track that's going too fast, but you don't know where it's going, and you have got to figure out while you're at that speed. So a lot of people are feeling anxiety. At the same time, those of us who have done project delivery, we realize in order for you to have a successful case study, and there are many case studies that are where agentforce has been rolled out properly, all the stuff in the keynote. But what they don't mention is the amount of prep work they've got to do to get to that point. Data's got to be in a pretty reasonable place, if not perfect. Your tech debt needs to be in control. Your automation, your processes, your flows need to be well thought out already before you can stick an agent on your system. So there is an assumption that your house needs to be in order first. And a lot of clients, a lot of implementation, they're not there. And what needs to be done to get there. So I think the spotlight's on how do we get ourselves AI ready, which is the question that everyone's talking about, not just within the org, but also in the people and process side, in the governance side, in the mindset of how we going to use that in order to deliver actual company value. And there's too many AI consultants at the moment. So if I can believe everything that falls into my news feed, everyone in his dog is an AI consultant who can help you get ready. Well, and then when you check the background, they don't seem to have as much gravitas or experience. And I'm thinking they've used AI to help them write all these wonderful things. There's a lot of fear from a lot of people to be ready, to be seen, to be grasping it, or they get left behind. So that's one part of it. I'm just going to pause there because I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
No, I think you have it very. You said this very well. So we've been at GPT-5. We've been implementing AI inside Salesforce natively with GPT-5, obviously, and it's given me an opportunity to see firsthand some of the challenges that you mentioned. The unfortunate part about getting AI ready is that all the things you mentioned are a bit of a longer term investment. They're not like go ahead and turn this setting in Salesforce and you're fine because it does require time to do this. And the challenge that I see with a lot of customers is on one hand, there is this anxiety or this fear of getting out of, hey, we need to bring this into our environment, need to start getting some sort of value out of it. And on the other end, you have all the foundational challenges with data, with governance, with security, with user adoption, people just even understanding how to use it. And some of the areas that I think we have made some progress in terms of helping customers get some interim value while they are building all these other things or incorporating them is really around backend automation. So an example is if you are doing case routing, case classification, maybe using AI to get resolution on cases. I found things like that tend to be somewhat of a lower hanging fruit. If, to your point, they don't have a ton of, if you have triggers that are going to fire and 1,500 different case routing rules, then maybe you probably need to do a little bit more of a cleanup internally to bring that. But what I've seen is we really have to figure out balancing the two, regardless of whether it's Agentforce, GPTfy, Microsoft Copilot Studio, N8, and I don't care what you use to bring it together and consume it through some AI capability. But you're trying to strike that balance. One, there is a lot of pressure from management and leaders around, hey, let's bring AI into our day to day for obvious reasons. I get why that pressure exists. And two, there is the counterbalance of what do I do with all of this stuff that's helping, making it so hard for us to move forward, and in the longer run may actually be quite unhealthy for our AI initiatives as